Yes, it is Monday. I'm in the car waiting on, I ain't so little guy anymore, but waiting on H to get out of school. And it's that time again. And you know what time it is? Time for the 2 cent review of last night's Walking Dead episode. Season 9, episode 3. And oh my god, things are starting to get good. I don't take any notes for any of these or anything. It's all just off the top of my head, so bear with me. But really cool thing about last night was that beginning. It was like the storybook little time with Rick and Michonne and Judith. And it's like anytime they do like something like that, you know something's about to go down. So, and it's been advertised. These are the last couple episodes of Rick. And it was basically a whodunit episode after that. The one guy's body from last week turned up missing to the Saviors, and another body ended up going, another person I should say, ended up missing. And then, the rest of the episode was everybody looking for them and everything, and blaming Daryl and blaming Ann, and there was almost a big scuffle, and Rick came in on horseback with his guns blazing and was like, stop it, he wants peace and everybody to get along and everything like that. And then it ended up, spoiler alert, it ended up being the women from the Oceanside community had one of the Savior girls. It was a girl who was missing. I forget her name, but she's not on there much, the Savior girl. But they had her and was going to make her pay for the stuff they had done to her husband and kids and that. And so Daryl and Maggie went looking for him, and they found him, and they were like, what are you guys doing? And this and that and her. And then they told Maggie and Daryl, what was up. And the one girl, I can't think of her name, from Oceanside, she was like, and because you hung Gregory, you gave us the encouragement to do stuff like this. And, so Maggie was asking the woman to say what she did and said to him and everything, and the woman did. Well, instead of like doing anything or playing, the good guy like Rick, they took and just walked off. Let them go at it. Let them do what they wanted to do. And you can see in the background shot, it was kind of cool shot. You can see them, they had like this trigger thing that shot like an arrow thing through her head. And they killed her. She's dead. So it's going to get interesting, I think, because now Maggie was like, we tried Rick's way, we're not going to do it his way anymore. I gave him, So now I think they're going to go after Negan. So it will be really cool to see what's going to happen in the next couple episodes. And I know in the preview there's like all kinds of wild stuff, and it shows Daryl and Rick getting into it. And wouldn't it be something if like either of their actions or what they're going to do, having to do with Negan or whatever, ends up getting Rick killed? So I mean, that would be crazy. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. And the other goofy thing in the episode was when they blamed Ann, she got all mad, and then she went back to the garbage place, and Father Gabriel followed her, and he was like, wanted to know what she was doing. Well, here she had radioed the helicopter people, and she still wanted safe passage away because she thinks they're always going to be blaming her for something. So they asked her, the price would be an A or a B, meaning like a person. So it comes down to it. It seems like she's been doing people trafficking for supplies with them people. So he ended up knocking Father Gabriel out. So it's really going to be, interesting to see how that plays off and see if that has something to do with, Rick. Because I was thinking, okay, well, A and B, because they haven't told us what that stands for. And they said, some people were saying alive or bitten, but I kind of think it might be like an alpha, like an alpha male, or and maybe B's just like, are they a bitch, And because she ended up, Father Gabriel was like, well, what am I now? And she's like, you're a bee. So I just felt like her saying, yeah, you're a bitch. So it's going to be wild to see how it wouldn't be something if, like, Rick gets bit or something and she takes him, and because there's some people doing experiments or something, who knows, and she takes him, and then all of a sudden the helicopter, he gets up in the helicopter and it's not known his fate, which would leave it open for a couple years down the road, if they're still going at it, come back. That's what I hope happens. I don't think, from what I'm hearing, that's what's going to happen, because of all the guest appearances that's supposedly going to happen on episode 5, which is going to be the episode to watch, man. I'm telling you, episode 5. It's going to go down. But it's a good episode. Like where it's going. I think it's going to be really smooth to see how it all plays out. Just a little extra tidbit 2-cent review. The wife and I have been watching on Netflix the Hill House series, and it's still got a week or so for Halloween. You guys get a chance, check it out. We finished it the other night. It is just outstanding. I mean, some of these people saying on the internet are saying about, oh, it's so creepy that they're freaking out, and I mean, it's not that scary where it's going to freak you out, but there is some creepy elements to it, and some of the specters or ghosts or whatever you want to say in it are creepy looking at that. But it's basically the story of a family, and they in the summertime they renovate houses and then flip them, and it just shows everything that happened to them in that house, and it shows them as kids and that going through those situations. But then it, like, one scene will be the kids, and then it flashes to them as adults, and it shows how those situations affected them in their life now. And that's the interesting thing about that. It's there's so many things that happen to us all when we're kids can end up affecting us as adults. Look at anybody that's been abused or sexually assaulted or anything, whatever, as a kid, it all ends up affecting them as an adult. So, you would show it if you were in a big, scary haunted house, what would happen. It was just really interesting. The characters were all interesting. The way it developed was interesting. So, highly recommend you check it out. It had a really cool ending. I won't give any spoilers on it, but really cool ending. And just really thought it was really a good series to watch. So if you're wanting something, time for Halloween to check out everything, just check out the Hill House series on Netflix. Really good, really good, really good. But that's about it for this 2-cent review. There's a new episode of Mortal Ring Wars up on our channel, so go check it out. Me and Crazy H did it, and the mystery lady was involved as well. Who is she? She is shrouded in mystery. Maybe you'll find out. Maybe you won't. Who knows? But go check it out. And thank all you guys that have been watching. We're just, like I say, the channel's just really starting up because they've only been using it for music vids and personal stuff, to this point. But thanks for checking us out, and get a chance to, subscribe and pass the word out that, what we're doing is talking about interesting stuff, being ourselves, and enjoying life, and, and living, and trying to make the best out of the world that we've been given. So, go out and do something nice for somebody this week, and a random act of kindness, and, that's what it's all about, how we treat each other. So, till my next vid, which I don't know what it'll be, because it depends on what inspires me. This is Brett the Tank Downey signing off, and I wish you peace, and God bless you.